everybody, welcome to ACL Virtual Events. And today we're going to do STEAM, and I'm Miss Jess. Today is March 29th, 2021, and we're just getting into springtime. So today's lesson, we're going to be doing mason jar hummingbird feeders, and these are so much fun and they're environmentally friendly, so it's a win-win. Here's a little bit about hummingbirds. Often they're just inches long and weighing less than 1 ounce. Hummingbirds are the shooting stars of the bird world, a flash of living color that darts into view, hovers over for a moment with a distinctive hum, and then vanishes in a blink. Hummingbirds flap their wings in a figure-8 pattern as fast as 80 times a second. Flying this way uses a lot of energy, so every day they have to eat 1 to 2 times their weight in nectar along with bugs for protein. So here's the supplies that we're going to need for today's project. For the feeder itself, you're going to need a half-pint mason jar with a 2-piece lid, a plastic lid from a butter, yogurt, cottage cheese, one of those kind of food container tubs, preferably red. If you don't have red, that's okay. You'll need a hole punch. You'll need 5 to 10 red waterproof fake flowers. You don't need to necessarily have red. You can pick a different color, but I would suggest doing something really bright because hummingbirds are attracted to bright colors. That's why red is the best. Doing that will attract more birds for your yard. So you'll need a rubber band, and you'll need some bendable wire or twine about 2 feet long. For the syrup, pretty simple. Just need 1 cup of water. We'll need a quarter of a cup of cane sugar, and it's really important to do not use brown sugar, honey, or other sweeteners that are bad for the birds. You'll need a measuring cup and a microwave jar or bowl that will hold 1 cup with pot holders. And now this project, you might need to have an adult supervision with you because it involves using a microwave or a hot kettle, and we don't want to have any accidents. All right, now we're going to dive into the instructions. So once you have your supplies gathered, we can begin. If you need to pause this video to go grab all that stuff or come back to it another time, that's fine, but we'll get started right now. All right, step 1. So you're going to use the inner lid as a template to cut out a circle for the plastic lid. Now I put a Sharpie, I traced it with a Sharpie on mine. It wasn't really necessary because it kind of hit the lip, as you can see. And then I just cut along the line, which worked out perfect. I did kind of measure it on the jar so to make sure it was the right size. So I did trim a little bit off the sides. So you can just do that. Just try not to cut too much in because then it will like fall right through. Once you have it measured properly, you'll just punch 3 holes in the center of the circle, and then you'll set the circle inside the screw-on ring, and it's ready to go for the flowers. Okay, step 2, we're going to wrap our wire or twine around the neck of the jar between the glass ridges and twist it tightly, kind of like a one of those bag twisty ties. So twist it into itself to serve as a hanger. You can also use twine, like I said, but tightly knot it. When the feeder is hanging, the jar should tilt at a slight angle, but not so much that the syrup spills out. All right, step 3. This is the fun decorative part. Stretch the rubber band around the jar near the mouth. If the band is too big, twist and loop it so it's tight. Trim the flower stems so they are 1 inch or so long, then arrange the flowers around the mouth of the jar, tucking the stems under the rubber band. And it gets kind of tricky because they don't want to stay put. So, I mean, you could use tape to kind of get them to stay there better, but you know, once they're outside, they're going to be fine. But this is where you get your chance to make kind of like a little bouquet. I used a few different types of red fake flowers. You can get these at the dollar store, especially right now. There's tons of variety of fake flowers at craft stores. So, but like I said before, red is the best to use to attract them, but you can make your own as you see fit. All right, now that we're done with the feeder, we're going to move into step 4, which is making the syrup. So again, the ingredients is just a quarter of a cup of cane sugar. Don't use brown sugar, honey, or other sweeteners. They are unhealthy for the hummingbirds. And 1 cup of water. Stir all the ingredients together in a microwave-safe bowl and microwave for about 2 minutes to dissolve the sugar. Using pot holders, carefully remove the syrup and let it cool. Alternatively, you can use an electric kettle instead of a microwave, and if you do that, you really just need the measuring cup, and then you would just fill it with a cup of hot water from the electric kettle once it's boiling, and then you would add your sugar to it and just stir it until it dissolves. All right, step 5, you just fill the feeder half full and screw on the top. You can save the other part of the syrup for later when you go to refill it. Hang it outside from a pole, tree branch, or other structure at least 4 feet above the ground and in a slightly shady spot near other red or brightly colored flowers if possible. Right now there's not really much flowers outside when I hung this up, but I'm hoping they'll get attracted to it anyway, and I can always move it when the leaves start to and flowers start to blossom. Here's what you can watch for with your bird feeders. Hummingbirds are attracted to bright colors, especially red. Once they know a feeder is nearby, they often make a habit of coming by for a meal and will remember a good food supply from year to year. So that's pretty cool. If you keep your bird feeders going for that long, you might get the same birds and their generations coming back. Cleaning your feeder. So unfortunately, bugs and bees are also attracted to the sweet syrup, so check the feeder and thoroughly clean it out and refill it every 4 to 5 days, more often in hot weather. You're definitely going to want to keep it away from your house in case it does attract insects, and plus like the birds will not come near it if it's too close to your residence. Use a warm soapy water and then rinse it thoroughly. A dirty or moldy feeder is not good for the birds. So I got this idea from Mason Jar Science by Jonathan Adolph. Check out this book, has lots of really great ideas for other mason jar science experiments. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope your bird feeders turn out great. I'd love to see your finished products and how they turned out. So tag us on Facebook or Instagram, or you can even send me an email at jmcpherson@adalib.org, and I'd love to see how yours turned out. So thanks again, and have a wonderful spring. Bye.